Welcome back to the midweek chatty sprint time. I'm your host, Katie. Yeah, if you're on my channel, you should know me already, but we're going to introduce, the other way, each other or ourselves. What's going on?
Oh, can I introduce Devasia or someone?
Yeah, we should introduce each other.
Oh, that'd be fun. All right, let's do that. Fun times.
Oh, do I do it as Devasia? Hi, I'm Devasia. Period. Tell me that wasn't accurate.
Gosh, she said
because it was.
I write sometimes. I do other things sometimes.
Mostly I'm just here.
She only says that if she's feeling fancy or want to promote herself. But it's usually like, I'm Devasia.
Yeah, no, nothing else needed. Just, you know who I am. I'm Devasia.
Yeah, my favorite Devasia moment was when you did a write-a-thon, I think, and you're like, my name is Devasia, no last name, like Beyonce. And I'm like, I am here. I have arrived.
There was one time I did a stream with Matilda, the nerdy book nerd, and Tay Buggy, and Bug was like, "Do you want to introduce yourself?" And I was like, "No."
Very on brand. Very on brand.
Very on brand. All right, Devasia, introduce someone.
Oh gosh. Hi, I'm Steeg, professional hot mess. Something about a little bit of something with sci-fi.
I love how well we know each other after 2 months. Good.
Well, so well.
Nailed it.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Katie, and I have a million different projects that I'm working on because I'm completely fabulous. And I also just recently graduated from college, so drop down a congratulations in the comments. And look at how beautiful my hair looks today. It's so pretty.
And hi, I'm Wallace. I'm the eternal ray of sunshine. I'm currently working on a project I've titled Existential Crisis because I'm living in an existential crisis. And I'm an astronomist, which means astronomer / economist. So I'm doing it all because I'm wonderful. And welcome to our stream.
Yeah.
I like how Katie Ernst and Wallace's are like super nice things.
And then the two of us are just hot messes.
Hello, Danny. Danny is here, actually awake on time. Me too. Crystal is here. Hello, Crystal. Can't say I'm on time, but I can't say I'm awake. I can say I'm on time.
I super relate to that. Devasia, I've been trying to go to your stream every Mondays, but I've been having the worst sleep schedule ever since exams ended, and I literally was at your stream this Monday in bed, half asleep. Every single time we sprinted, I would fall asleep, and the chime and your voice would wake me up, and I was just like, I'm just here to be a supportive friend, but so yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Getting her that watch time.
I'll always come for you.
Ooh, that's what
Oh, that sounded way dirtier than I I was sort of like, I always have your back. Always be there for you. Oh dear.
We're off to a great start.
Yeah.
Kate is here. Miracle of miracles. She's awake and functioning this morning. The same can't be said for all of us. So good job.
Hey, I'm awake and functioning.
Hey,
I am this morning.
Me and Wallace aren't. We're just like,
I'm not.
We're struggle busting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kate. Danny thinks your hair looks fabulous. I have to.
It does look so good today.
I know. What'd you put in it? Did you put products in or something? Or
slept in a braid.
It looks amazing.
That's always.
Wait, will you give us will you shake out your locks for us and kind of do a little bit of just a hair flip? Just a little bit?
No.
Fair enough.
You have to go to his OnlyFans for that.
That's fair.
That's going to be $9.99 a month. So.
Hello, Tasnim. All right, what is everybody working on today?
Project Existential Crisis.
Everybody, it's just a collaborative project at this point.
Just going to work on my story. I have set myself a deadline for chapter 2 by Monday, so best to get it done.
Yeah, you got 5 days.
Wednesday.
Typing.
You're typing.
You're typing.
I don't know what
Yeah,
like Mavis
that is
look
an
at it.
improvement for Devasia. So she's not going to clean her house or make her bed or make tea
Yeah.
or breakfast. So I'm proud of this journey.
I
you've been on,
came
Devasia.
prepared. I came with my tea already made. My bed is made.
Wow.
I'm wearing clothes already. Like I put on a bra for this.
Who are you trying to
On
impress?
top of it,
Can't relate.
You are killing it. You're killing it.
Wait, what is bringing this like intense productive energy?
I don't know.
Fair
Not
enough.
me.
Like it needed to be done today.
Gotcha. But so what will you be typing?
I don't know. I started. So before we got on, I did a sprint, and
Okay.
Who's she?
Yeah. See, look at this.
Who's she? Where's Devasia?
She's kicking our ass.
And I was doing my sci-fi, but then I was like, I kind of want to do this short story. So I don't know yet. I'll decide in the next couple minutes.
Gotcha. I am currently, I need to finish editing and I need to upload my video that I made for the planner that I have for 2021. And once that's done, hopefully I'll get that done before too long. And then once that's done, I'm going to continue working on the synopsis for Project Existential Crisis, because even though that's what I was working on last week, I have not finished it, even though it's just a synopsis. I'm blaming exams though, and I feel like that's a legitimate excuse.
That is valid.
It's not
But
an
the
excuse,
more
it's a
days-
reason.
Yeah.
Right, but the more days we move away from exams, the less valid it becomes. So-
You have to take a break.
No,
You
you need time to decompress.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, if
So-
you're sitting in 2 years going like, whew, that exam, huh? Oh, Lord.
And today I am editing the second part of my project. I finished part 1 yesterday, so I have to move on to part 2. Great, fantastic, love it, can't wait.
Oh,
So
wait, Katie.
impressed.
While we're talking live-ish.
Oh no.
Not ish, this is life.
I'm like really nervous.
Live-ish, because we're not face-to-face.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay.
Can you go over your editing routine for me? Or like
Ooh.
developmental editing thing?
Yes, I absolutely can. So usually my first step is after like a first draft, I will read through the entire thing from like really quickly as a reader, and like try to like take some notes of like, this doesn't really fit here, or like I might want to change this, or like I didn't really follow through on this plot point, really basic things. And then I will go through, and so my book's set into parts, so I've decided that I'm going to focus on the specific parts of the book. So obviously part 1 is first, so I'm going to so I went through and I like read really closely and was like, this line doesn't make sense, so I'll like cross that out. And then on my, so I'm editing on a tablet with an Apple Pen, but you can print it out and do it physically too. That would work. And then I'll go in and I will read again very thoroughly on my laptop, and I'll like rewrite certain portions that need to be rewritten. So it takes me a really long time to edit, but hopefully it's better than before. And then once I'm done with that, I'll go through and I'll read it again before I let it rest for a while to make sure it still makes sense and it's still the story I want to tell.
About how long do you let it rest?
So when I finished it in April, I let it rest for 3 months. And then when I finished it again in August, I let it rest for 4 months then? August to December is what? Yeah, or however many months that is. So it usually depends on what other projects I'm working on. Probably for this draft, I won't let it rest nearly as long, or it'll rest as long as it's with beta readers. So as soon as all the beta reader feedback comes in, then I'll start working on it again and such. So that's how long I like to let it rest a long time. So when I come back, I'm like, who wrote this book? Who made this decision? Why is this here? Like, what are you doing, child? Like,
I feel like you got through part 1 really quickly. How many parts are there?
I'm really impressed.
There's 5. There's 9 chapters each, or it's 9, 9, 7, 9, 3 is how many chapters are in each. And I've been working on part 1 for like 2 weeks.
That's
so
fast.
Is it?
Hold your
I feel
horses.
like
It literally took me an entire year to rewrite a book.
I'm not rewriting it though. I'm not like rewriting it entirely.
Okay, but you're But you're reading it and you're taking notes, and I feel like, I do one chapter of that and I'm done for the week. It's so emotionally draining to read back your own words.
You had an exam, Wallace. You're excused.
Oh, this wasn't during exam week.
Oh, I'm just using that excuse for everything.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had an exam at one point in my life, and ever since then, it's been downhill.
Honestly, that's not education in a nutshell. But yeah, does that make sense? I hope it makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I also, the other thing I want to talk about is talking with other people about your work too. Like me and my mom sat down and I like told her every bit of the plot and every detail of it so I could kind of get it straight in my head. And I realized plot holes that way because I would explain like one thread of the story and I'd be like, wait, I'd be like connecting and, my brain would be like working on how it flows based on how I'm telling it. And I could hear more of the structure and the beats when I was explaining the entire plot. As opposed to reading it on the page where it can get kind of muddled with description and like character stuff and all that kind of thing. So talking
that
to
helps a lot. I tend to text one of my critique partners and they're American and I'm Norwegian. So we kind of have this different sleep schedule. So if I'm working on my shit, they're usually asleep. So I'm like, we'll be writing this long essay. Like I have this problem and it's this and this and this. And I might actually do this and this and this. So it kind of solve itself, but it just helps kind of organizing my thoughts and typing it out to someone.
Yeah.
So by the time they wake up, they have like 17 messages, and I solved the problem myself. So talking to others definitely helped. Was my point.
Yes. Hello, writing chocolates. Kate feels existential crisis has just been 2020.
Valid point.
Yeah. Somber Honey is writing a fic for some friends. First time I'm drafting since my Nano project 2 weeks ago. What fandom are you writing in?
I'm impressed.
Is it
Hero Academia?
That's what I thought, yeah. Oop. Skipped. Kate's working on a series of one-shots for Star Wars Event Week. Ooh.
Can I ask what a one-shot is?
It's like a one-off, like
a short story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like but a fan fiction short story.
Yeah. Editing my mini boss chapter, it's a hot mess. I feel that.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Not you today.
Feeling it, yeah.
Seriously.
Definitely not a hot mess today.
Hello, Haley. And hello, precious cousins. All right. Those are all the comments. Let us know. Whoever hasn't let us know. Oh my God. If I could speak, that'd be fucking great. Anyone in the comments, let us know what you're going to be working on as well. Who hasn't already. And how long would we like to sprint for our first sprinty sprint?
Can we like dip our toes with a 10-minute one or something?
Oh, that's so short.
I suppose.
But then give me time to like open my document, organize my thoughts, figure out what I want to do.
What about?
I was just gonna jump straight to 25.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh wow!
Well, then let's go 45.
Well,
I was going to tell you, I'm thinking about working up to a 30. So
yeah, do it. I've been trying to work my way up to 30s.
I think Jessica did when she did that advent calendar. One of them was a live sprint, and she did like a 40 or a 45 one. And I got so much shit done, and I'm like, I love this. But I also
on her live stream get anything done because she played the music, and that guy singing just like derailed me.
yeah, she had that Christmas list, and it was like a lot of jazz.
I couldn't do the 45-minute one. I was like, okay, let me go hop onto another stream so I can chat for 10 minutes. And then I'll come back at a more manageable time.
Yeah.
I don't mind the longer ones.
All right. Shall we? I guess we'll do a 10 since that's what Steve has requested.
No, let's do it 30. I'm not a fucking
Oh,
queen.
wow.
Wallace is like, no.
Look. Haley suggests 15, and I agree with that.
All right. We'll do Haley's. Haley 15. I do already have our. Oh, I almost closed out of StreamYard. That'd have been a problem.
Stream's over.
There we go. I don't want to be at the top. Move me down.
Oh, I don't. Okay, good. Don't be.
Nope.
I like being behind
I'm
the
hiding.
picture. No! Hater!
Okay, we're going to get started. 15-minute sprint. Do what you need to do to get ready because we're doing a 30 later. All right, let's go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
and don't fuck it up.
How'd everybody do?
Hello, hello, hello. Don't mind me, I'm just filming a video.
It's great. We love it. We support a productive queen.
I decided that I needed to have multiple angles, so I have a close-up flip through of my planner, but now I'm doing an overhead shot because I just felt like the video needed a little more dynamics. Yeah, pizzazz. It's good.
A little bit of spice.
Yeah, add a little bit of spice.
I love this behind
Yeah.
the scenes we're getting.
Well,
Cool.
I'm being like really rude, but I'm filming during the chatty bits too. But all I'm doing is flipping the pages of my planner and then like very like pointing at all of the different things. So I figure I can do this while still talking to you guys. I'm not like talking to my camera, but this will all be recorded, so this will be a funny little thing to listen to while editing.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you guys do?
I did not write, but I started on a timeline for my world because I didn't realize I didn't have any timelines.
Wow. Just anything to procrastinate writing.
Wow.
Yeah, right? I'm going to be so organized, but have nothing done.
But look, though.
Like, there's a lot of political stuff in my novel that that is kind of the core of it, like the trilogy. So I think it's important to have like an understanding of what happened when and what resolution, what conflict, and how did it shape the world, sort of. So I'm not going like super back into time, just like the relevant bits.
Yeah. And I would like to point out that your goal was to really start writing this in January. So I think it's totally okay that you're taking these extra weeks in December to just really fortify your story and get yourself in a good, comfortable position to write, And if there are moments when you're hit with inspiration to write a scene, you can just consider that extra part of your fortification. And so it's okay that you're not like hopping in right now. That's okay. And you're still doing a lot of work on the story.
Validating my feelings.
Because they're valid.
We're always here for a motivational speech.
Girls are the best. Except Devasia, though. She gives zero fucks.
I was just waiting for her to pop in from the side.
We got a glimpse of her.
We did. A wild Devasia.
I was low-key trying to antagonize her, but she didn't bite.
But again, she gives no Fs, so she really doesn't bother her.
Very valid points.
Yeah.
How about you, Katie? What did you work on?
Now, Katie Ann, festive midweek chatty sprints.
Oh. You just got your notification.
Oh, nice.
What's live now, Katie Ann, festive chatty sprints.
That's me. I don't know what's festive, but it's the thumbnail.
Excuse me?
Oh, yes, her
Hello?
tree.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's your Christmas tree, lazy Ann?
I would kick you out. That wasn't a good fucking joke. I would kick you out.
That was a really funny joke.
I try my best.
So funny. I think I'm gonna put that up either today or tomorrow.
My phone just died. F my life.
No.
Looks like I'm gonna have to be present and talk to you guys instead of filming.
No breathing. What is Devasia? What is she? She's reading a book. I see a book flipping in the corner.
She got to a really good part.
I read about like 5 or 6 pages of the first chapter of part 2, and it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was.
It rarely is, Ann. It rarely is.
It's like,
I mean, you thought your intro was shit, and I loved it. So I don't know what that says about me.
My intro is shit. You're lying to me.
No, I am too lazy to lie. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't say it, and I liked it.
I'm too lazy to lie.
Yeah, because then you gotta like stick to it and figure it out, and like if they have questions, you gotta figure that out. So I'm like, if I don't like it, I will just like. But I liked it.
I'm glad. I don't know. Like the writing, I think is good. I just don't know if the way that I'm executing the story is good. Like if it's compelling and people will want to read it, and if it'll make sense. I just like I should have just already given this book to beta readers, but I was scared.
From the portion that I've read, I'm compelled. I just I had exams and then I have to finish the synopsis and then I'm going to finish the story. So it's like, but yeah.
Wallace, I swear I'm not trying to shame
you. No. I just
she had an exam.
I just wanted to reassure you. But I was compelled. I was very interested.
That's good. I mean, I don't know. It's just the thing is I started. Where's the book? I started reading, so I've been really shit at reading. And I put out a TBR video saying I wanted to read 15 fucking books. I haven't read a single one of them.
For December, for the whole year.
For December.
Do you want to reach your Goodreads gold?
I do want to reach my Goodreads gold. I don't think I'm gonna make it. But so I started reading. It's called This There Will Come a Darkness. So I started. Title. It is, isn't it? And it's really good. And I'm reading it, and I'm why can't I create a beginning like this? Because the beginning.
Excuse me, Miss Ma'am. That is an edited, finished, published book.
I know, but I feel like I should be editing my book to be publishable, and it just doesn't feel publishable.
I would love
so early in it because you're doing your first read through, right?
No, this is my second read through.
So you already rewritten whatever you didn't like?
Yes.
Or have you just read through it?
I reread it and rewrote parts of it in August, July and August, and then I let it rest. And now I'm doing it again.
So you're basically on the first self-edit, is what I'm getting.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, pretty much.
So you got beta, you got critique partners, you got a professional editor, and you got a billion revisions after that. So in your end, your book will be that good.
Yeah.
But right now, it might be a struggle bus, but you will get there.
It's such a struggle.
And also, I would this is a random thought, but I would love for a really popular author to have the gall to release their first draft of one of their more popular books. And I just think that would be, first of all, I just think that would be a baller PR move. And also, I think it would be
in my novel.
Well, I'm going to hold you to that because I really think that would be very comforting. No, you and I already have a 30-year deal. I can't make a 30-year deal with more than one person. I can't make more than one 30-year deal with one person. I only have 5 to dole out. So people in the comments are like, what the hell? But yeah, I just think that would be so comforting to so many people. And also I think that, I would really admire an author for being brave enough to do that. So
well, actually, someone has done that. Actually,
look at me predicting the past.
This would happen. This was a while ago, but Brandon Sanderson, when he was writing his book Warbreaker, he posted every single draft that he wrote of the book on his website as he was writing it.
No way!
So you can go back and read his first draft, second draft, third draft, And
how do they compare to each other? Have you done it? Have you read them?
I have read parts of them, and it's really different. It's not really different, but and obviously he's written a shit ton of books before Warbreaker. So his first draft.
I was about to say Warbreaker is his 20th big boy fantasy novel. So
it's so. I mean,
what?
It's just so funny when you put that. But yeah, so I'll find it on his website and pop it in the chat for anyone who's interested. But yeah, actually, it was really nice to read that. I think I read it a couple of years ago, or I found out about it a couple of years ago, and I didn't want to read it. I wanted to read the actual book because basically what he said on his website is if I'm going to do this, then basically he wanted people to still buy the book afterwards because he's putting work up for free, and then if he puts his work up for free, the book sales for this is going to tank and he'll never do it again. And the book sales didn't tank; people still bought the book, obviously. I bought the book, and I kind of want to read the published version, and then go back and compare.
I love that.
The other way, I don't know, but yeah.
I definitely think you shouldn't. I definitely think you should read the original version first, or not. I'm sorry, the published version first, and then go back and read the rougher version. I think that.
I agree with Wallace.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the right way because that one's the finished draft. You get the idea of the story. And that way, when you're reading the rougher version, it's really for you as a writer to see the writing differences and to see that process.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'm gonna read. I've been trying to read Warbreaker for like fucking years, and I just like need to do it. I like get part half
read,
and then just
sorry,
don't.
I interrupted you. I've only ever read one Brandon Sanderson book. The
Which one?
The one about the girl. This is like first chapter spoilers where they're on an alien planet and her dad dies.
Oh,
and he's like a
yes.
fighter, but then like they thought he was like a
Skybreaker?
traitor. Thank you.
Skyward.
Skyward, yes.
Yeah, Skyward. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the
That's
outline
what
of
I
the first
wanted.
novel, or like his sales pitch to the publisher for Skyward is on his site too, which is what I used to make my kind of preliminary, like my first thought dump was very much modeled after his way of doing it. And he
Yeah.
talks about it in his college class too. He has about writing.
Brandon
So,
Sanderson is like just so gives so much.
I don't know.
to
I did enjoy Mistborn. It wasn't a perfect series, and I tried to read the first book of whatever that latest series is. Oh, the thick one. What's it called?
Something about kings.
The Way of Kings.
Way of Kings.
I've tried to start. I've started that like 5 times, but I just cannot get into it.
Yeah.
Is it just his writing style that you don't mesh with?
He's very fond of info dumpy world building, and like a
I
lot of
love
his,
that.
I mean, that's what his fans come to get too, because they love shit like that. But I don't have the time.
I think
I'm a busy woman in the go. I got stuff to do. I don't have time for info dumps.
I think my love for D&D means I'm obsessed with world building. I'm just
I'm also obsessed with world building, and I love it. But I want to read a story. I don't want to read the world building. If that makes sense. I like it when they kind of sprinkle it throughout the story. But his is like prologue, introduction, chapter 1, and I'm like, whew, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I like it either way. Just give me that world, man. Any way you want to give it to me, give it to me.
And I'm also very fond of world building. Just dishing out all the dishes today, Wallace.
All very.
But I also love to
go
back and learn more about the world after I finish the story, because then I kind of care for it. And Jenna Morrissey does this TSS Tuesday where she like spills like all the lore she has for a world. And I find that more engaging, because then I know the characters and I know the world, and I'm like, oh, that's such a cool detail. But being front loaded with like an assassin scene of some character I don't know, and then there's like some world exploding, and then there's a forward, and then chapter 1, and I'm like, I have a small man brain. I can't cope.
I'm gonna go through the comments really quickly before we continue, because there are people who probably are like, these bitches need to shut up. So before we started the sprint, Danny said that yes, it's My Hero Academia. It's angsty but happy ending romantic short story with one of the canon characters in an OC my friends helped me come up with. Oh, that's so fun!
That is fun.
I love that. I love when my friend like coming up with stories with my friends, or like characters with my friends. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so Precious Cousins. This was what I wanted to talk about this for a second. I was trying to write from male perspective. Any advice for me? I know Haley said, don't overthink it and write the same as you would for anyone else. Focus on their personality, just not one aspect of their gender or sexuality. And I pretty much agree. I mean,
I think it's very easy to overthink it, but just write them as a person.
And honestly, that's what beta readers are for, because like get both male and female beta readers. And then obviously if you're writing a male character, your male beta readers will be like, this is kind of weird. Like, this doesn't really make sense. Like, this isn't really like a thought process or something. Like, and obviously everyone's different. So like, you can be like, oh, that's a story aspect that makes sense in the story, you know? So I think not overthinking it, and also watching like movies and reading books from male perspectives, and like seeing, obviously there's a plethora of movies about men that you can watch.
What? In this world, day and age?
Nah. I didn't think so. But yeah, those are my tips. Anything extra?
No, just don't overthink it. I think especially with sexuality, people are very like, ooh, I don't know how to write a gay character. Like, just write a person and make him gay. Period.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
Yeah. So unless, I mean, the sexual bit, if that's in your novel, it's obviously going to be different. So do research on that. But like 99% of it is just a person, and the sexuality is very little to say. And if you're anyway writing about an experience of a sexuality that you do not share, then maybe think of not writing a story? Does that make any sense?
Well, you don't want to write like a story that's complete. Like if you're not gay, you don't want to write a coming out story.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I was trying to say. You put it so eloquently.
Well, I've read a lot about this because like Becky Albertalli got like in trouble because people were like, "You're writing a story about gay people and you're not gay, and you wrote a story about a bisexual girl and you're not bisexual," and she was like, "Actually, I am." So, forcing me to come out to the entire book world. And like she wrote this really long letter about how she like didn't realize she was bisexual for a really long time because it wasn't accepted. Like she grew up in a very Christian household, and she was talking about some of the things that like she had noticed looking back on her life that should have maybe been like a clue that she was bisexual. And basically she talked a lot about how she spent a lot of her time working with gay teenagers and gay youth, and that's what inspired her to write Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. And then she decided to write Leah's story because she was trying to discover her own sexuality, and people got really mad at her. And she was like, "I'm actually bi. Happy now?" So yeah, so it's a fine line to work with, especially because sexuality is not something that you can see on a person. It's not like I have a fucking brand on my forehead that says queer, you know?
Actually, now that you mention it.
Did you see it?
But yeah, I think like at least my general thought process is like it's okay to write characters from marginalized communities unless the experience is from that community you're writing about.
Yeah.
So you can write if you're a white person, you can write a black character, but you can't write about the experience of being a black person, if that makes sense. Same with like gay. If you're not gay, you shouldn't write about like being gay. But it's okay to write about gay characters.
Like the struggles of that.
Yeah, you can write about it, but prepare to get massively roasted. And like,
I mean, technically, you can write whatever you want. There's no police, but if you want to sell a book anyway, and if you want to do it right, do it right. That means.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Hey, y'all, sorry. What did I miss?
Actually, a lot of really important stuff. We
just watched the playback Devasia
with the equation for cold fusion, so we saved the world.
We saved the world.
So.
Wow, did you cure cancer while you were at it?
No, that's on next week's agenda. So, study up on your biochem.
Next sprint, 25 minutes, we'll get it done.
Yeah.
Anyway, Haley's working on a new play.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us about it. And didn't Haley, didn't you submit like a play to a contest and almost win? I think. Yeah,
that's semifinals
on Kate's stream. So I'm excited to hear more about your plays because I love plays. Precious Cousins is working on male and female perspective in their series. Kat the Lad is here. They got here just as the timer went off. You're here for Cousins got 45 words with distractions. Still 45 more words than you had before. Might take the next 30-ish minutes off to listen to y'all do a little self-routine. We definitely will talk for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
How dare you get mad with the cat?
It's already been 50 minutes and we've only done a 15-minute sprint. Just pointing that out.
Well, that's not on me because I suggested 30. I just want to put that out there.
You first suggested 10.
And then I went for 30. You're like, no, that's too much.
Oh my gosh.
Self-care is important. So I applaud this. However, slight roast in the 30th minute to listen to a song.
I'm going to go on a little tangent here. I saw a self-care bingo yesterday. And I was like, okay, that's stupid. No, it is like, because, okay, so you're making self-care into a competition, basically. And I'm like, that's not self-care.
Wait, like, explain. Is it just to give...
It was like a bingo board, and then it was like... read a book or validate yourself today or express your thoughts or write in a journal.
Is that like a competition?
When you post it online with a hashtag, it's sort of a competition. Because social media is always a competition. Like there's no social media that comes without the kind of added preface that, hey, I'm better than you or whatever. Does that make sense?
Sure, but like, and granted, this is not like a final thesis, but an argument I would have is that
is this another hill you're going to die on?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, why are you going to argue?
the idea of like putting that
fucking
out
Tori.
there, and that gives people ideas for different things that they can do for
I'm all for
self-care. And
self-care posts. Like, here's a list of things you can do to take care of yourself. But when you make a
Right.
bingo board, you are inherently making it into a competition, in my book. Especially if you do like 1 month and then you have a hashtag attached to it, and then there's a board, and I don't know.
You don't think it's just getting people out there to like trying to encourage people to do self-care? And I don't know.
No.
I think it can kind of be used as like, it depends on what was on the board. Like self-care though can just be like brushing your hair. Like
That's true.
And
some of them were like really specific, like eat a taco, and then someone's like validate yourself. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Like
what, say how great you are.
One.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I feel like it's hard to call that self-care though, because when you're feeling like shit and then you're like, wow, I'm like a good person or something, or like my feelings are valid. It just feels like kind of bullshit coming out of my own mouth.
But the thing is you just got to keep doing it, and your brain will eventually believe you. I mean, serious, self-compassion is probably, for me, the most important part of self-care, because it's how I talk myself out of the really, wow, we're getting really serious early this morning. It's how I talk myself out of the really downward spirals that can last for days if I'm not careful. And I just think, I think self-compassion is a skill that people need to work on, like, every single day. Just
I want to bring up, if you can bring up get mad with the cat, the lad comment, the last one. I thought that was basically what I was trying to say. This is on the YouTube. Maybe it's not, I haven't gotten to StreamYard yet. No, the next one, but it might have not popped up for you yet. But basically it was very much an aesthetic and not like an actual, hey, I want you to feel good. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like people, but maybe that's the point, right? It's you're tricking people into being performative and doing the aesthetic, but in reality, you're secretly getting them to do self-care. No, I'm being serious.
I agree with this, but there's also a certain point where I think sometimes people will see the aesthetic, and if they're not reaching the aesthetic bar that people have set, they feel ashamed and like they're not good enough and that they're not doing self-care good enough. When in reality, if you are taking care of yourself, even if it's like a tiny, tiny, tiny thing, like getting out of bed and stretching for 2 minutes, just to like do that, like that is enough of self-care. Like if that's the only spoon you can give that day, you've done self-care. And I think that's the problem with the self-care community thing. Like I definitely agree that like living your life or trying to live by that aesthetic will eventually transform into a habit. But also at the same time, like that's also a standard that a lot of people can't live up to, and then they feel shitty for not living up to it.
No, that's legitimate. That's fair.
I've struggled with that because I'll be like, wow, my life's not nearly as aesthetic as it should be. And then I'm like, bitch, you're depressed. Stop it. Oh my goodness, we are so far behind on comments. This is important. This is so important. Okay. Danny, 303 words, also got distracted by researching lyrics.
30 minutes ago.
Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, I can't wait, Danny. Oh, I can't wait.
That's interesting.
Kate, no writing the sprint for me. Work stuff keeps popping up. That's fair. You work for the government, right? Is that the government?
Yeah, she was doing that medical proposal.
Yes.
Thing.
How fun.
How did that go? Did you have the deal?
Yeah, tell us about how that ended up.
Unless they went shitty, then don't.
Yeah, unless you don't want to talk about it. Ooh, 3 timers running because I'm filming a writing experiment video. Ooh, can't wait to watch that. Danny's excited for your planning video.
Thanks, Danny. Theoretically, it should be up later today, but maybe not.
But maybe not.
We chat for far too long.
Yeah.
Hi, Capital.
Hi.
I'm living in passive voice. Sticky sentence hell. Oh, that's a mood.
Yeah, I love passive voice. I have to say, I have been critiqued about it my entire life, but it is literally my preferred writing style. I think it sounds so much prettier than active voice. I love to read passive voice. I love to write passive voice. And that is a hill I will die on. That's what I'm going to say. Like, okay, so you know how there's the whole chased by zombies, like you add the by zombies to see if a sentence is passive. And
that.
Right. So I think the sentence we were chased by zombies is so much more interesting than just the zombies chased us. I think because you put the we as your subject, and so that's who you're empathizing with. And and then it's a little surprise at the end, like, ooh, what are we chased by? Ooh, it's by zombies. Like that's the reading style I like. I don't want it told to me right up front what's chasing you. I want the little extra few words to give me that. I don't know. I'm being stupid, but it's just
No,
I like
I agree with you. Sorry.
No.
I agree with you. It's just, it depends on what you're writing, like what scene. Because if there's an action scene, I don't want to be bogged down with the details. I just want snappy, 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 snappy because it keeps me in the scene. But like if I'm like reading like a really slow, like political discussion, I want to know all those dirty details and all those extra indirect objects. So it depends on whether passive voice, I'm like hit or miss with it.
That's fair.
Go ahead, Steve.
So when I wrote the first draft of my story, like the first, I've written Act 1 without an outline, and it shows. But anyway, I used passive voice for the viewpoint that was passive, and then I used active voice for the viewpoint that was like more actiony, and she's like more hot-headed and stuff like that.
I love that.
That's a cool distinction. And I bet that gives them very distinct reading styles. So it's very clear when you're reading what character you're following. That's really interesting.
Yeah, so that's the thing I did to kind of, because one of the characters is like very introverted and is just running away from all his problems. Well, I guess I spoiled it now, but he doesn't want to face the music. And one of the other sibling is like hot-headed and she gets in a lot of fights, and so yeah, that's what I did to kind of separate the narrative, if that makes sense, or distinguish.
Yeah,
I really like that.
But
that's a good
I got a lot of I used Pro Writing Aid, so I got a lot of shit from Pro Writing Aid. This is a passive voice, and I know it's intentional.
It's like the Hemingway app thing where it's like your sentence is too long, and I'm like, fuck off. I like complicated sentences. I have my 6 commas.
Yeah. I use it more like, what's the quote from Pirates? They're more like guidelines than actual rules.
Yeah, that's essentially it. I mean, English is just a fucked up kind of language. So.
Yeah. More like a guideline.
That makes it so much fun to play with.
That's true. Good morning.
2 minutes till we've been streaming for an hour. Should we do a new sprint in 2 minutes?
Well, let her get over everybody's
Let
comments.
me just go through the comments.
No, our comments. Next sprint.
There's some there's some great comments about the conversation we were having.
Okay,
So good morning. Good morning, Caitlin. Danny, passive voice struggle for them. Feels it. Great struggle. I love this. She had an exam, has the same vibes as John Mulaney's. I was over on the bench. It's true. Yes, I will eventually. Thank you.
Literally no idea
What is this? I'm like trying to desperately remember what is this do. This is like 30 minutes ago.
Is it novel? Self-care? Depression? What was it?
Kitten trying to keep eating my leg. Oh, kitten. Cad the Lad's Instagram stories with their cat is super cute.
I'm gonna hold you and Steve to this promise, Cad the Lad.
Good morning, Anna. Rewatching Sanderson lessons this week too. Awesome. We love Brandon Sanderson.
I might not be a fan of his writing, but I love his classes in college on writing. They helped a lot when I started out.
Take me a year to finish Mistborn because I was intimidated by the length. That's fair. That's why I haven't read.
I forgot we had a whole conversation about Brandon Sanderson. We really are so behind.
We're so behind. Watching one each day. That's how Cad the Lad starts their day.
Also, if you think Mistborn is long, wait until you read The Way of Kings.
Way of Kings is long. Watching Lost Sisters every Tuesday, Thursday, kind of like it's an actual class. A very smart idea. Me too. Mistborn. Lol. Same. Wow, people are just chatting up. Halfway through the 3rd Mistborn book, I want to finish it before January. You can do it.
That's easy.
Well, remind me sometime to tell you about the time my friends and I got banned from editing the Naruto wiki because we added our entire village of people. You need to film a video.
Oh my god.
You need to do a story time, Danny. I'm gonna hold you to it. Wallace, are you filming a bullet journal video?
It's not a bullet journal. It's my golden coil planner. It is.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Write about marginalized characters, but don't write about the marginalization you don't understand. Yes, that's essentially what we were talking about. Yeah, Sometimes.
Oh, this one sounds familiar to me.
Was it a country singer? I think it was a country singer.
I can't remember.
Can't remember either. It's been 15 minutes. We've done 15. An hour and 20 seconds, and we've done 15 minutes. Right? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a struggle with straight passing. Because being straight is the norm, we constantly have to come out to others. I always forget to come out when I meet someone new. Yep.
Still happens.
Once, yeah, I like this, where it's like 30 days of self-care. We do one self-care habit and then slowly build on each other.
See, that makes more sense than a fucking bingo board. I'm sorry, Wallace, but that's the hill I'm willing
That's
to
fine.
know.
Oh, here it is. Self-care is kind of BS. I will find this video and I will post it in the chat since I obviously can post links. So I'll be posting links during the next sprint. Okay. No shutting up. No, if it's important to you, you need to talk about it. You can talk about as much as you want. I promise.
We do not shut up on this challenge.
We do not.
Clearly.
We talked about that. Nope, no shutting up about that. Longest sentence I've ever, as far as I'm aware.
Whoa. Damn.
Isn't that like a book that's written with no...
That's a whole paragraph.
I want to read it now. Danny.
Pop the sentence.
Yeah, pop the sentence in the chat. DM it to me or something. That's hilarious. OMG, my writing professors always nail me on comma, splices, and incomplete phrases, but I love them. I'm with you. I am with you.
I'm a huge fan of style, but I also think grammar is important. And sometimes
grammar
I feel like...
About grammar.
I think people kind of rest on like, oh, it's how I write. It's just my style. It's a stylistic
They're more
choice.
like guidelines, right, Steve?
Well, yeah, but like, if you don't have any commas or incomplete sentences, like it shows, at least in my brain, because I very much rely on commas and punctuation to kind of get through stuff. So if it's very messy, I notice it very fast because I'll stop in my brain.
That's fair.
Wonder if that has to do with because you're a second language learner.
Don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid. That's what I'm going off.
No, none of that.
Fuck you, Devasia. I love you.
No.
I know.
Because everyone else is saying no. I felt like I had to go against the grain.
You know what, Danny, you're right.
starting
He does say
positivity.
Chatty's friends. He's not having it with the
bingo boards.
Oh, damn it. Danny does not remember what it was in either an old fic or my thesis project. Thesis project makes sense. I've had literally a run-on sentence that was so long. Oh my God, it started snowing. Anyway.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, because you're on the East Coast, right? Or East-ish, New England-ish. Not
Yes.
really.
Yes, I'm on the East Coast of Pennsylvania.
But you're Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's still East Coast, though.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, like we're still Eastern. I consider myself. I consider Pennsylvania like East Coast. We're supposed to get a foot of snow today, so it's.
Ooh, exciting! We don't have any snow in Norway. It's just wet.
Oh, that sucks. We'll see if we get it though. All right, time for another sprint. How long should we do? Should we do like a 25?
Big one. No, bigger.
45?
30? Bigger?
35? 37.
Let's go 35 inches.
Devasha's leaving. She's like, I'm out.
I love how present she's been during this stream. She's really been the one who's contributing the most to the conversations, and I feel her presence.
She's here with the jokes though, so
might be silly. Geography? What's that? I don't know. I don't know her either. Ooh, 35, 33. Should we do a 34 as an average?
Let's do
Sorry, y'all.
You're fine, girl.
We used to.
Oof, feel that. I feel that.
34?
34. Let's do a 34. Grumpy about I love the little face that's here too. It's like perfect. Perfect grumpy face. All right. We're doing a 34-minute sprint.
Welcome, Life of Angelina. Just in time for a 34-minute sprint.
Hello, Angelina.
Yeah, hope you're ready.
Hope you're ready, Angelina. I love Angelina. I was on her stream the other day. It was so fun. Anyway, all right, we're going to do our 35-minute sprint. I'm going to move me down.
Why do you always get to be at the bottom? It's unfair.
Seriously.
Because I'm running the sprint. I get to move us around. Just kidding.
She's the what? She's the fuck up?
We're not having that energy today, Demisha. We're not having it.
I said because she's a bottom.
That girl is a bottom, bottom.
All right, let's print. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, let's go. All right. Good luck. See you in
Good
35
luck.
minutes.
Bye.
Ding, ding, ding. That's the end of our sprint, our long ass sprint. How'd it go? What'd you do?
Went so fast.
It did.
It was so slow.
It was alright.
What was the time?
Gotta be close to midnight.
Like 5 minutes into it, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I saw that. You were like, what did you say? I'm like, oh my god, we chatted so much during.
Yeah, I was judging you guys over here while I was being productive. So I kept, I was like editing my video and I kept looking up and the chat was just going boom, 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 boom. And I was like, nice.
Let's keep it to DMs like I do so people can't see that you've been unproductive.
Yeah, I guess I can't judge. I posted to Instagram during that sprint, so it's not like I can judge.
Hope you packed some warm clothes for the moral high ground.
And some oxygen.
That was a very niche joke, but what is bullshit? It is what it is.
Colorado, I know the equipment you need to bring on a hike.
I'm from Norway. I also know the equipment you need for a hike.
This is true, which is why I said the joke because I knew you would get it.
Oh, I missed the joke.
It's okay. It wasn't that
It
funny.
wasn't very funny.
I'm sorry. I had a side of bitch for breakfast.
No, but did you not hear it? I said the same thing, which is why I keep getting mad at you. We said it at the same time.
Y'all are too much. Y'all are too much for me.
I don't think we're enough, to be fair, but...
What did you do that sprint? Someone tell me what they did.
Oh, hi. I wrote so little, but I worked on a lot of timelines. I worked out one of my point of view's birthday, and I worked out that their parents were both soldiers that had to flee when she found out she was pregnant.
Ooh, that's interesting. Are soldiers not allowed to get pregnant?
They are. No, they are not. Like, you're not supposed to fraternize with, like, your fellow soldiers.
Your comrades.
And they did, because, love. She got preggers, and they had to desert. Is that what it's called in English?
Yeah. Had to run away.
And then she
Desert,
gave birth
yeah.
to 3 babies, which is my 3 main protagonists in a mountain cabin.
Are they?
No,
Are they triplets?
They are separate.
Oh,
Separates.
siblings.
Okay.
Yeah. I prefer the term separates, but that's just...
I like it too. It's good.
I'm gonna start calling my brother that. Be like, you're my separate lit.
Oh, yeah, that was what I did.
Yeah, I finished filming and now I'd already edited a huge chunk of the video. The video is almost mostly edited. I just now need to add in the very last bit of what I filmed to, like I said, give it a little more dynamic, a little more pizzazz, and then it'll be upload and thumbnail, etc., etc. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So, Devasia, how much work did you get done?
I wrote 145 words, and then I had like a part where I thought that I could do it differently. So then I was like kind of mulling over that. Yeah.
But then you didn't?
But then I didn't.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Different
so
how?
the
What
thing
are
that
you
I was just
thinking of?
writing, she's going to like, oh gosh, words. Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
I swear we're all writers, by the way. I know you wouldn't think it, just checking in on someone's stream, but...
So she found this guy on like the
Still-
deep web, and he's gonna get her some like false papers. And so
Cool.
she goes there, but on the way there, she gets mugged by these children. And when she realizes they're children, she's like, I can't.
Just started picking them. Kapow!
I can't drop kick these poor children. So she gives them some of the money that she was going to pay this guy with. And so then he meets the guy, and then they fight because he realizes that she didn't give him all her money. Like she put like rocks inside the pouch to like make it heavier. And then
Sounds like a retelling of Oliver Twist, and I'm here for it.
is it really? I've never read Oliver Twist.
I've just seen the. Is there a musical? No, not a musical. What's it called when it's not a musical? It's just a play.
Play.
Play, I guess.
Right. So then she gets the papers, and then she realizes that he was trying to scam her too, and it's not what she asked for. So it was.
And then they fall in love. No, just kidding.
No, so I was debating if she should find out then, like in that scene, like next to the fight scene, or if she should find out when she gets back to her ship.
I think that could be like a cool. Well, if you're looking for input, I'm going to give it anyway. Unwarranted advice incoming.
Yeah.
Well, like gets back to the spaceship and then kind of settles. You go into that kind of reflective state of the part, and then she's like, "Oh shit, things are not what it seems," and then you end the chapter. Or
yeah, I was gonna say that's a good chapter ender. Like, you know, she's just had this battle. I'm assuming she wins the battle and gets her stuff. And she can run away, and like the reader and the main character have this like cathartic like good relief that's over, and then the chapter ends with her realizing that she doesn't have what she needs actually because it's a scam.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We are writers, Wallace.
In theory.
Proof on stream.
Well, you're a writer in practice too, because you have almost a finished book. Well, you all got. Katie Ann has 2 finished books.
I know. In 1 year too, which is like.
It is finished. It might not be good, Katie Ann, but it's finished, and no one can take that away from you.
I mean, I kind of want to take it away from myself because I hate it.
I'm erasing myself from this narrative.
I realized, so I was reading through my thing, and I realized that the scene that I have is just so fucking boring, and I don't need it. But there is like a specific part of it that happens, but the thing that's happening isn't big enough to like be its own chapter and like be its own like scene. So I need to feed it into something else. And now I'm trying to move around the different scenes and the way that the events fall. It's mindfuck, and I'm not happy about it. It's fine.
Is there a way you could spice it up, like make it gay or something?
I mean, always, but like it doesn't really make sense for this character at the moment.
Oh, well, I tried. No one can say that.
I know. I mean, she's kind of going through her own shit right now, so like romance is like the last thing on her brain at the moment.
She don't want them to be gay. I see how it is.
Yeah, she really doesn't. She's got revenge. She's like trying to heal. She's trying to figure out.
She's a busy woman on the go.
She is. She's trying to deal with being disabled she's like living with being disabled. She's like trying to figure that shit out. She's got so much going on. And also, there's a murderer running around, so it's fine. Anyway.
Is this the Wrath?
The Wrath King, yes.
The Wrath King, yeah.
Yes.
The other book, was that like a vampire murder mystery? Is that what you said?
Wait. You have to look at what Pomodoro just wrote, because that's me.
She just goes to a coffee shop and then this thing happens.
I legitimately think that Miranda is obsessed with that one little scene you wrote a few sprints ago.
Same. I hate it.
I'm pretty sure she brings it up every single time. And this is not me like hating on her or anything. I just love her persistence over it because it was so impressive how quickly you wrote something so cute.
Well, this is like, oh my god, we heard about the fucking coffee shop. Shut up, Miranda.
You can stop. This is me being supportive of Katie and of Miranda, and you always take my words and you make me sound meaner than I am, and it makes me feel bad.
That's why I'm here, to antagonize you.
I actually have to like write this as we should be. I mean,
yes.
I'm gonna have to put this like on my Tumblr or something and being like, this is. You wanna know how I write? Here you go.
It was. Yep. Words struggle.
You gotta
super good.
PDA, but
what else is going on in the chat, Katie? I feel like there's been a lot since we ended.
Caitlin said that in the past 30 minutes. I feel like I just started the same. Ooh, Danny wrote 296 words, ate some cornbread, and washed some dishes. That's a very productive sprint, Danny.
That's like my weekly goals.
Eating cornbread is on your weekly goals?
Yeah. Doing a couple of dishes, writing 200 and something words.
Sounds like a plan. Cadla procrastinated the entire time. Though I did take my dog out and made sure that my kittens were cared for. See, that's not procrastination. That's taking care of your pets, which is not procrastination. It's important. It was awesome. Ooh, just got through a fight scene. I'm super proud of it.
Nice.
Yeah, fight scenes.
Pow pow. Great.
Rachel, that was so funny. Yeah, fight scene. Yay, good.
Now, who's putting words into whose mouth?
You know what? I'm just trying to match the energy, okay? I'm just trying to match the energy.
Matching.
I am a low energy bitch, Wallace. You know this.
But no, I wouldn't say low. I would say calm. You're a calm energy lady.
She just be vibing.
She vibing.
Yeah.
Kate worked on more work stuff. Work for Anna. That sucks. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Kate is stealing that. A side of bitch for breakfast.
I often have a side of bitch for breakfast.
I eat bitches every day. Angelina got 786 words. Holy shit, that's my 5,000 words in my manuscript. Woo! That is fucking awesome. I'm so happy. And
good fucking job.
Miranda wants a book about these mugging children. I also
too. Also, I feel like I'm a nice person, but if a group of kids started attacking me,
She would
I
hit
feel
them
like
in the
I would
face.
really feel like my fight or flight response, which surprisingly enough, my flight or fight response is fight, which is a fact that I've been very surprised to learn about myself.
That is a fun
well,
lore fact about Wallace.
Yeah.
Lore.
No, I can totally see that.
Add it to your book, Danny, of lore.
So, I really think your main character is of nobler blood than I, because I think I would annihilate those children.
She wouldn't disarm them. She would annihilate them.
She would annihilate them from the universe. It would be
She would erase them from this narrative.
She would obliterate them, throw them in a black hole. She'd just do it.
It was really more that she like empathized with them because she was in a similar situation not long ago. She was like,
right,
fuck,
she's a good person. Whereas I'm just like, how dare you touch me, you little
Filthy peasants.
Learning so much about each other on these streams. I love that we're live.
Honestly, you could just outrun them too. But no, I totally get it. It's a moment of learning about the character.
It is.
Can that be like Tinder bio or something?
Yeah. Oh my god.
You need to make that your Instagram bio, Wallace. It's not okay to get with children if the situation demands it.
I so badly want to. I don't know though, because like out of context, that's so weird. But it's so funny.
Kind of weird
though.
in context too. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think in context. It's
put
so
this one on your story.
Right.
Oh man.
Oh god, we have too much fun. We have too much fun. This is absurd.
Yeah. There should just be a Twitter account like that one of us runs that it's like these streams but out of context, and just I would love to have a little collection. Oh wait, but Katie, you're making a highlight video, so we'll have that.
I am. I'm making a highlight video.
Did you say what you did?
Yeah, I'm trying to rearrange scenes and it's just not happening, and I have to cut like 4,000 words of a scene that's just like not there. It's not there for me.
How long was your book? Wasn't it pretty thick?
It's currently 148,000 words.
I think you have 4,000 words to spare. Not gonna lie.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I'm not mad about cutting these words, because genuinely, like, they're not doing anything for the story. So I'm just like, chop them.
But I still get it. Like, you wrote them from your brain.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to recycle some bits of it, but most of it's just going to be axed because it's boring. And it has a character in it that I'm like, I don't really like develop him at all. So like, what's he doing there? Like, just get rid of him. He's just a straight white boy. Like, get rid of him. Let him leave.
Ew.
I know, right? Anyway, that's what I did. I also chatted too much in the chat, in our group chat. So
I feel like people know what they are getting into when they come here. What?
Chatty sprints.
The video had me cracking up, Katie.
Oh.
What
guess-
video?
What video?
Okay, so there's a TikTok audio that's like, guess we'll never know. And I couldn't find like just that portion of it, so I just posted the video. But Cad the Lad said this.
Oh.
And so I said, guess. So basically I posted this video and it's guess we'll never know.
Gotcha.
Because it's so confusing. I don't know what's happening. It's fine.
Not to be the boring one, but can we do like another sprint? I was in the middle of something good.
I was just about to say that, so yes, we absolutely can.
I'm sorry, Rachel. I'm sorry.
Another big one.
Wait, why are you talking to me?
Because you were kind of over it.
I was just over the 30 minutes.
Oh.
As long as
5 minutes in.
What?
So let's do a 5-minute sprint so she doesn't have time to get bored.
No, I need like a good chunk. I need like 25.
25?
Let's do it 29.
Whoa.
That way Demisha can't complain. It's 30 minutes.
True. Guys,
Okay. Bye, guys. I'm leaving.
Erasing herself from this narrative.
Come back.
No, I'm gonna do 25. Everyone's saying 25. Fine, I'll switch it to 25. I just thought it would be
I miss you.
All by ourselves. We don't want to be.
All right, let's get into the sprint, y'all, because I have shit to do.
Quick question. Does anyone write with whatever this is called, Pages? Do you use that,
Yes.
Wallace, to write?
I used to. Why?
Used to. What do you use now?
Scrivener?
Oh, okay. Just wondering if it was good for like, is it as good as Word? Does anyone have any input?
Well, freaking Word is subscription based now, so Pages is better.
Well, imagine
honestly-
like 2010 Word.
Okay, I used Pages to write the first draft of my Project DC, and it totally did the trick. And I just converted it over to Word before I started using Scrivener because that's kind of the industry standard. Is like Word formatting has the industry standard, but you can look it up and you can make it the industry standard on Pages too. So it's I think it's a perfectly great word processor.
Okay, because I'm struggling. I like outlining in Scrivener, but I'm struggling to get work done because I don't think the editor is very.
Okay. Yeah. No, I
like
think
the
Pages is
editor.
good. Pages is good.
Then we
It
can
gets
start.
the job done.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, do your productivity. Preparing
Very much give me
preparing
the
for
two
takeoff. Oh, how did everyone do? That's
Did all right.
Sprint.
I read some more in this outlining book that I've been raving about for forever. So I've gotten to the part where she tells you how to weave two different story threads into one when you're doing a multiple point of view, which I am doing. So it's very much helpful. It's really good. I really enjoy it. This is probably my favorite plotting book so far because it makes sense to me structure-wise. Like Save the Cat makes sense too, obviously, but I feel like that can get very overwhelming. Does that make sense? Because it is a lot of narrative
Yeah.
to get through in Save the Cat. But this one, I don't know, it's the same thing but different, which is what writing is, I guess.
That's good.
But different.
Yes.
I am getting tantalizingly close to finishing this video edit, so still chugging along on that. Fine.
I didn't like the way that was
Right, then
phrased.
tantalizingly close.
Oh, I
I'm getting
apologize.
tantalizingly close.
Climax of our video.
Low hanging fruit.
We would, but still gonna reach. Still gonna reach.
How about you, Devasia?
I finished that scene and started the next one. So post it on Instagram.
So how far into the narrative are you?
Not far.
We've moved on from rewriting the opening image, so you've moved on from rewriting your opening image like 1,000 times. And I see you post
Progress.
Yeah, we moved on.
Progress.
I think I'm at the theme stated now.
Oh yeah.
People are trash.
Don't know.
Sugar kick babies. Is that a team?
Wallace would fight a child if the situation arose.
That's the theme of Devasia's book. But do you follow? Because that sounds. They say Save the Cats you use, right? Do you follow it like?
Mm-hmm.
Is it called? What's it called when you follow something a lot?
Like religiously?
Yeah, or do you like? Nah, this doesn't fit here. I'll just write my own bit and then jump back in.
Yeah, I do a bit of that. Because I feel like my the B story, like my B story characters always come in before the break into 2. So I'm just like, fuck her structure. I'll just do whatever I want. The only part I really follow kind of religiously is the finale part. The 5-point finality.
Is that like gather the team and Hightower surprise and all that? Yeah, that's my ending too. But I have like a bit. I follow it up to the midpoint, and then I like go all the way over here, and then up around there, and then back to the ending.
Out of focus.
But this is how my skin looks good. You can't see the zits.
Good blur effect.
The beauty filter.
I do consider like what did they do in the old times? Like rubbing butter on the lens.
Yeah.
To kind of give you that smudged feeling. That was the thing they did in Hollywood.
I don't know why that's kind of gross to me.
To kind of like smudge out the image so the gals would look prettier.
Yeah, they used to use
Hollywood
filters.
And stuff. Yeah. The lighting in some of those movies, it's just like amazing.
Casablanca's lighting, flawless masterclass in lighting.
Casablanca's story, yeah.
Story.
But the lighting is very good, and one of the actors, I think is Norwegian, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. Acting, but everything else, but the lighting.
The lighting is very good. I will agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Like black
Beautiful.
and white.
I can't remember
like
what the lighting
really
looked like.
contrasted. Is that the word? So like really sharp light angles, which I like in a movie.
And like the female character, the female actress is constantly like lit with like this really soft, beautiful halo kind of light like on her face. So like she looks fucking stunning. And then the male character is always kind of in the shadows and like half lit. And like as the movie progresses, he like gets more and more shadowed or more light depending on his decisions and actions, which so cool. So cool.
I find myself often watching shows, especially what did I watch? The Crown I watched recently, and like noticing composition in a frame, and it's just I don't know, it really fascinates me.
It's so fun. So
Oh right, chat. I forget about them.
Oh, I didn't say what I was working on. I wrote out the order of events, sneaky little show, for the characters, like the part that I'm rewriting, because I'm taking out that scene, so I have to rewrite a whole bunch of shit. Then I found out I have to rewrite more shit because I was reading this and I was like, oh, I moved more scenes up top. So like the things that are said here don't make sense. And like a whole lot of rewriting is going on in part 2, and it's gonna take a while. So it's fine. But I do have
Katie, remind me though, are you like editing or no?
I hate editing.
Oh, okay.
It's you and me who like editing.
Who loves editing. That's right.
I hate writing, so.
I'm like the only person who's in the stage that technically I love, and yet I cannot do it. I had an exam.
You did. You're right, I had an exam for all it's worth.
She was over on the exam. So I asked the chat a research question. If you've listened to Taylor Swift's new album, what's your favorite song?
Oh my god.
You guys too. So I know Stieg and Wallace, I know you guys have listened to it.
I have not.
So
it's good.
I do still like Nobody No Crime. I think that's a banger of a tune. But after you and Molly's chat on Evermore, I kind of like that one too.
Okay,
so
I refuse to say I did that to that song because it's my favorite song on the album. So I did not crap on it, okay? But I just was taken by surprise by Bon Iver's and the change in tempo and stuff. But I have sat with it and like I love it. I love the story that's being told in that song. I love the lyrics of that song. I love the melody of that song. It's my absolute favorite song on the album. And a very close second is Champagne Problems.
I've also listened to Champagne Problems a lot because you said you liked it. So I'm like, well, let's see what Wallace is up about.
I love
but
that
it's really
song.
good if you like it.
No, but I love Evermore because I almost gave me goosebumps the first time I heard it because I don't know if I've talked about this on stream before, but like in late January, I was sitting at my kitchen table with my window door, my kitchen door was open, and like there was cold air coming in, but it was a beautiful day. But I just had this sense of real foreboding. And like, again, I'm not saying I'm a psychic or anything, but I wrote this short story in that moment called The Last Good Day, of like a girl sitting and enjoying her childhood home and watching her childhood dogs play in her backyard, but like all the while feeling like the whole world is about to change. And like a month later, one of my dogs passed away from cancer really unexpectedly. And then literally 3 days after he died, the whole world shut down because of coronavirus. And so when I was listening to that song, and you know, she says the line, staring out an open window, like catching my death. I don't know. It just, that whole like, and having that peculiar feeling, that's like my favorite line. I felt a peculiar feeling that this pain would be forevermore. And it just, I got goosebumps because it reminded me so much of that day of like looking out and seeing a beautiful day, but just there's this weirdness inside of you, like there's something is wrong on the horizon. I don't know. I love that song. I love that song.
It is a very good song. I do think it slaps.
I'm of the unpopular opinion that I think Bon Iver's voice sucks on that track.
But that's his that's how he normally sings. That's his normal voice. That's like Holocene vibes.
No, I know, and I just don't like his voice on I just don't think I like his voice. And honestly, and it kind of ruins the whole song for me because I love Taylor Swift's part and I think it would be one of my favorites. But literally whenever I get to his part of the song, it's like nails on a chalkboard for me, which is a totally like new thing. So like I hear it and it's like whenever it comes on, I have to be super aware that I skip right before he comes onto the track because I will like if I hear
Katie,
it.
this is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna put it in GarageBand and I'm gonna cut out his part and I'm gonna stitch the song together and I'm gonna send it to you so that way you just have Taylor Swift's part of Evermore. How about that?
I just want Taylor Swift's part of Evermore. I just want it.
I like the tempo change in his vocals though.
Me too. I actually, from a storytelling perspective, and I've really come to like sonically enjoy it as well. It's just because it's like, oh, it's all the worst of it hitting you, but then she comes in overboard saying like, but this person, you know, through the worst of it, I had you and like I could see you and it was like you were there and you got me through it, even if you don't realize you got me through it. And I'm gonna freak out anyway. So yes, no, I'm obsessed with that song.
See, that's why I liked my favorite song. I think I go back and forth, but one of my favorite songs is that I haven't seen anyone talking about is Marjorie. Because she's talking about her grandmother and like it's really about like grief and like death.
Yeah.
And, like, I heard it for the first time. I just started sobbing. I did not expect that because I was literally listening to the lyrics and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I think Marjorie is my personal favorite, although I have many other favorites. Evermore is like the only one that I just and Dorothea. I don't really like Dorothea either.
I think it tends to have like very weird names. I'm sorry to the Dorotheas and Ediths and whatever of the world. SD. It chooses very like hipster names for a female.
Well, Marjorie's the name of her grandmother, and Esty is actually the name of one of the sisters in the band that's in the song. So, like in the featuring song, I think it's Haim is the band. One of the sisters' name is Esty, and that's why her name is in there.
But yeah, that's a cool song.
Miranda says Marjorie's not her favorite because she literally can't listen to it without crying.
I'm the same. Close second though is Ivy. Perfect.
I again do not like songs about cheating, so that is a skip for me.
All right, fair.
Which is why it's so funny because like on folklore, I would say a lot of people, August became a ton of people's favorite folklore song, but also a ton of people's favorite Taylor Swift song of all time, like overtaking All Too Well. And I skip August every single time because it's like, nope. And Elizabeth Harris.
Folklore for whatever it's worth.
Caitlin has to leave, but she's digging Willow. Willow's a great, like, solid pick. Good one. Tis the Damn Season is such a vibe.
Which did you not know? But here's the thing, Katie, is that Dorothea, theoretically, this is all conspiracy, but that Dorothea is the boys' side of Tis the Damn Season, right? So Tis the Damn Season is like a girl from Hollywood coming home for the holidays and meeting up with, you know, an old fling. And then Dorothea is from his point of view of, oh, all I see you now is on the small screen and like, but you can come and be with me when things out there, you like don't feel like you have friends. So you have to re-listen to it with that in your mind.
Because I just didn't like I didn't like kind of the vibe or the sound of the song, I think is what, and usually when I listen to things over and over again, that's when I get the, like what the story is and stuff. So, and I just could not listen to it more than once, but I'm going to listen to it now with the story in mind on the next sprint.
Oh, I love long story short, because I use that phrase so often and I love it. It is it's so good. Today's just like, this isn't really engaging conversation for me. I don't even she's like straight up not even listening to us.
She would have just muted us.
I am. I'm listening. It's just I muted myself because someone started calling me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Is it calling you out all the time? That's who's calling you.
I don't know.
Danny, did you figure out the answer to this? Oh, sorry, a million things just happened at once. Danny, did you figure out the answer to this? And also, I do like Gold Rush.
I also love Gold Rush. Gold Rush is actually probably like, if I don't want to cry, Gold Rush or Ivy is my favorite. I listen to Gold Rush so much.
Why do you like Ivy? Give me your breakdown of that song.
Okay, here's why I love Ivy. Because to me, so this is my vision for Ivy. It's like the historical, romance where a rich girl has to marry this, or a poor girl has to marry this rich guy, but she's in love with her childhood best friend, who is also a girl, but she can't really reveal her lesbian feelings and queer feelings for this girl because she's in the 1800s and married to a very rich and awful man.
Gotcha.
That's the vibe I get from Ivy, and that's why I like Ivy.
Okay.
Sounds like the plot to Addie Laurie, to be fair. Sounds like the plot to Addie Laurie, The Everlasting Life of Addie Laurie, or whatever that book was.
That's like the signing incident. That's not even that's not a plot.
She wasn't in love with a woman. That's not why she ran away.
As you know. Oh, she had love.
She read the book. Katie read the book.
Didn't she ran away because she wanted freedom, not because she was in love with a woman? That'd been fine too, but just been different.
Sequel.
There's no sequel. Miranda shopping for.
I feel like that was a semi-spoiler.
No, V.E. Schwab has said that she's not writing a sequel to Addie. Okay. Although I'm not inclined to believe her because she also said that about Vicious, and then she came out with a sequel to Vicious. So I can't trust
her. Bitch.
That's a good question. And actually, I think, are all of you guys writing a series right now?
Yes.
Okay, then never mind. Oh, okay. Devesha. Whichever story you're writing that's not a series, that's going to be a standalone book. Why? I have like a lot of questions about this specifically, but I'll start with, first of all, why is it standalone? And second, part B, if it ever became so popular that people demanded it would be a sequel, would you write a sequel? Is there a sequel potential there?
Yes, I think so. Possibly.
Wait, to which question is that?
Sorry, that was the answer to the last question. I think there could be a sequel, but I don't want there to be. I want it to be one and done. Maybe a duology. I'm just not a series type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't read series. I don't think I could read it. At least not anything long. Maybe like 2-3 books max.
Okay.
Me and Katie over here will guess she's never reading our book.
No, I read series, but I will drop off at like book 3 or 4 or 5, depending on how much I like it. But if it's got more than like 5 books, I'm not reading the rest of them. I'll just pick a point at which I want it to end, and then that will be the ending in my head.
How do you feel about like there's like specific series like how Lee Bardugo's series is like there's like different series like set, but like they're technically like a duology and then a trilogy and another and then oh my god, and then another duology. Like
I don't mind those, but like oftentimes they say that you don't need to read the other ones to get it, but like sometimes you really do need to read the other ones.
That's fair.
Because there's so much context missing if you don't.
Yeah.
Isn't that the premise of that Shadow Hunter thing? Isn't that like 3 trilogies set in different times in the same world or whatever?
So the first original trilogy is actually like a 6-book series, and
so it's not a trilogy.
It's not a trilogy. It's 2
started as a trilogy.
It's like 2 trilogies.
I thought it started as Ginny and Ron.
It started as that too.
It did. It's gone through some journeys. It's been edited to go through journeys. So to read the series that comes after that one, which I think is like the Dark Artifice or whatever, you have to read the original series. However, if you want to read the past series, the historical series, I think you can get away with reading those without reading the originals. Because like the past ones, obviously, the events of that happened before the events of the original series. She just wrote them out of order. So I say you can read the 1800s trilogy without having read the rest of them, because I mean, honestly, the magic system is not that difficult to understand. It's not that complex. So I think it's really not.
That's why I'm probably not going to read it anyway.
I don't think I have enough plot in me for like a series. I could do standalones that are in the same world, but I don't think I could do a series.
I'm kind of a fan of that.
I started out super determined that I was going to write a standalone because I didn't want to commit to this, and I'm like, 1 book, and it's going to have a start and a middle and an end, and I refuse to do anything else. And then I'm like, okay, I can maybe do 2 books because all the stuff that I want to happen in 1 book is not going to fit into one book without being a giant book. And then I'm like, but also, I think I need 3 books because I want this big war at the end of book 2, and there's not enough time to wrap up all the events. So I'm like, okay, 3 books, I can do that. And I'm like, but what if there were 2 characters that narrated the series?
Just
Now I'm
growing.
here.
Growing.
Now I'm here with 3 characters in a trilogy. I'm a clown. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
But it started out, fully started out intending my first book to be a standalone because I didn't want to commit.
I had
And
also
it
intended to write a
might just
standalone.
be 1 book, and I'm like, fuck it. Sorry, guys.
I had also intended to write a standalone, and then I was like, I have a lot of shit too. So I was like, oh, I'll like make it up. It's a duology. I'm not planning on making it a trilogy. Nope. No trilogies for me. We'll see what happens when I write book 2. But then I was like, technically the first book kind of stands alone on its own as like obviously it's a complete story and stuff. There's just a lot of questions that aren't answered at the end. So it's like, I call it a standalone with duology or series potential.
It's the magic buzzword, isn't it?
It is. It is. So technically, I mean, it would work as a standalone, but there's so many unanswered questions, things I don't tell you that I hopefully will make people want to read a second one. If it ever gets published, that's presuming.
Right, that's the big one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to self-publish, so I know that mine is going to publish. So that's a little carrot at the end of the tunnel.
Are you like doing any research on that right now during the writing process? Are you going to save all that research for when the first draft is done? Like, or watching videos about how to self-publish, etc.
Oh yeah, I've done Skillshare classes on self-publishing and marketing, and I've already started budgeting and putting away money.
Look at you! That's
Head of the curve.
Head of the curve.
Ooh.
Well, it's only because I know how much it takes to self-publish.
To do it well, especially.
Yeah, to do it well. Well, I intend to do it well because, you know, I intend to do it well.
What are you?
Nothing. Because I'm a mediocre white man, so obviously I'm the best.
Clearly. Anyway, back to the comments. Miranda's shopping for dog toys.
Wait, I would just like to say I lied, Wallace. Sorry. My last book did have a sequel planned, like a direct sequel.
Okay.
Ooh.
But all my other stuff is just like standalones in the same world. Anyways, continue with the comments.
All right, Crystal finished editing a chapter, debating if I want to do the next one. Do the next one. Unless you're tired, then take a break.
Do it.
All right. Just do it. I love Shia LaBeouf. Violet.
No, because he was abusing FKA Twigs. Did you not see that?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
She's a British singer, music
But I can
artist.
see that for him.
Just Google it. FKA Twigs. Shia LaBeouf.
I will Google that on the next sprint. Gold Rush is my jam right now. Also loved Happiness and Coney Island, but those are 2 great ones too. Gold Rush.
Coney Island kind of feels weird. Like
I
just
love
the
Coney
phrase,
Island.
Coney Island.
Well, it's very an American phrase. I think it's probably.
Coney Island is a place in New York.
I know what Coney Island is.
Hey,
it sounds weird.
Like, it's a weird phrase. Like it's a place.
It's like, no, it's not. It would just be like doing like a song like New York City. You know, it's just
Yeah,
like,
but like when you
Six
say it,
Flags.
kind of, Coney Island, it kind of sounds weird in a song. I don't know. I have issues with that song. Well, not
I
issues.
don't know. I guess we're just like used to it. It's so it doesn't sound weird to us because it's just for some reason this one like amusement park in New York City is like nationally known and discussed often enough that we're all just used to it.
I just know it because they use it in crime shows, like all the carnival and Tivoli and fair shows, murders and like CSI and stuff take place in Coney Island. Bones.
Also, I'm pretty sure the abomination that is the Phantom of the Opera sequel takes place on Coney Island.
Phantom of the Opera sequel?
Love Never Dies. Don't look it up. I could make a whole video about how
do it.
In that musical is actually fairly, I mean, it's Andrew Lloyd Webber, so obviously the music in the musical is good, but he Oh, I have such an argument for why he should have used that music to make a Great Gatsby musical and not a sequel to Phantom of the Opera. Because literally the story that happens in Love Never Dies can so quickly just be adjusted to be about Jay Gatsby and Daisy Buchanan. And like, anyway, I feel like it would have been a hit, but then he ruined Phantom of the Opera. Anyway, we don't have to go into it.
I also love how Wallace is like, I should make a video about it. And the rest is like, do it, no matter the topic. Just do it.
I just no, I don't want to hate. I don't want to be a hater on the internet, but ooh, Love Never Dies really gets me going.
Miranda's favorites are Willow and Gold Rush. Reserve the right to change her mind. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Not allowed, actually.
Combat scenes are what I notice most in movies because I've studied stage combat a bit. That's really cool. I do like combat movies. I think, yeah. I think that this is like really kind of niche, but the Star Wars animation fight scenes with the Jedi and the Sith are just like beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, we don't have to go on that tangent. Bye, Kaylin. You left like 20 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
Indeed.
Miranda, I think this is to the Evermore thing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Crystal hasn't listened to a T Swift song since her song "Haunted" was new, which was one of my favorites. It's a song I used to write scenes with my main character and the villain interact. Ooh, I'm a fan of that. I'm gonna have to look up "Haunted" because I don't think I've listened to that one. And then Rebecca Marjorie.
Was Marjorie that sad? I don't remember that song at all. I need to listen to it after.
It's really sad. It's really sad. It's like it's pretty sad. I can't listen to it without crying.
The only lyrics I really caught was "Nobody No Crime" because someone died in it.
What?
The only lyrics I kind of listened to when I heard the song was "Nobody No Crime" because the guy dies in it.
Yeah, I love that song. That's a great bop. Song edited by Ivy wears voiceover image of the hot priest and flavor. I love this comment.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's great. I agree. Okay, she didn't figure out the MD Japan thing. Sad. Okay, but I'm really excited for Danny's 12-book series because she's doing a Herculean retelling of the 12 labors of Hercules.
Oh,
I'm excited for you. I will support you.
Yes.
I may even purchase all of them, but I cannot guarantee that I read past book 5. I love you.
But the base is like, wow, Hercules is in 4 tropes and his 4 tribes is really good.
that's good.
Goodbye, Kate. You've been gone for so long. I'm so sorry. Goodbye.
We said goodbye to her in the comments.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Coney Island is weird. It literally feels like a whole different world.
It is.
Never been there.
I feel like it's called something else now.
It is. Like, it's not really an amusement park anymore. It's like condos, I think.
Alcatraz.
Isn't there a different amusement park there? Isn't it like Luna Park? So.
Oh, speaking of parks, of parks, there is this like, and actually, Stig, you might be able to answer this question for me. There's a park, Gröna Lund, that's in Sweden, but I think there's also one in. I've been to 2 of them. Thank you, but I don't think I went to the one in Oslo. Is there one in Copenhagen?
Probably.
Okay, so I've been to one in Stockholm and in Copenhagen, and those places are fun. Just saying. If you're ever finding yourself
in Oslo too, which is like right in the neighborhood, so you should visit.
So they're just like is it just one company? It's like your guys' version of Six Flags, and it's in every major Nordic city.
I think at least Gröna Lund is like an independent company.
Okay.
And the same in the Norwegian one. I don't know what the Copenhagen one is. It can't be very famous.
But it's definitely called Gröna Lund in Stockholm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's legit. But I think that's its own like thing.
The Coney Island Park is called Luna Park. Devisha, you're right.
Park.
Thank
What are you?
Look at you knowing stuff,
I was
Devisha.
asking Wallace, who had recently been to New York.
Oh,
and
I wasn't going to Coney Island or anything like that. I
It's
didn't
Luna
go.
Island.
Whenever Wallace says I should make a video about this, I'm like, yes, do it. I'm your target audience. Same, Danny.
I just make all of my videos for Danny. She's like, when I'm looking at the camera, I'm like, to make herself not nervous, to be able to make myself talk normally. I'm just like you're talking to Summer, honey. She'll get you. There's no judgment there.
All right. Do we want to do one more sprint?
Yes,
or
definitely.
Okay. How long do we want to sprint?
20.
Can we ease down with the short one?
20.
That's
Or
short
20, I
compared to what we've done today.
Fuck me, I guess.
Oh,
I
what do we
really
want?
want to finish editing this video.
All right, we're going to do 20.
I say 20 just because then we've done 90 minutes of sprinting.
There we go. In
Okay.
3 hours.
That is very. That is a lot for us, to be fair.
Yeah, that's actually we've made up good time. That last sprint, but what the talking bit was very short. So, all right.
All right. Good
Ready?
luck, everyone.
Go. Sprint. Done. Do.
Got so close. I was doing a final watch through, and I had about a minute left, but I'll do that later.
So close. Oh, I think I read about like 15 pages. I'm getting to the parts that I think I wrote more recently, so they're less shitty, which is nice. Progress.
I wrote 211 words, and I passed 1K for today.
Nice.
I did all right.
Only.
I saw you reading a lot, Steve.
I'm trying to finish the book so I can go back and then do the things. I always like to read and know where I'm headed. So I got this much left, which isn't a lot.
Oh, you'd be able
This is
to
the bit that
Nice.
outlining multi-main character books. Thank you.
Ooh.
I will link to that. It is indeed.
It's exactly what you need.
Danny apparently has written over 1,000 words for the story during these sprints. It does not seem like they've been getting that much done. Clearly you are. Clearly you're killing it.
Yeah.
Been there. I was like, wait, how did that happen? Magic.
What is this
Sometimes
relation to?
Slow.
Oh, right.
Danny getting 1,000 words.
You know, it doesn't feel.
It's not me. Well, I done a 5K Saturday once, so it could be me if I wasn't so lazy.
Crystal listening to the Evermore album. Definitely going to use a few of these songs when I write the prequel to my current story. Oh,
I actually liked Evermore so much I think I might buy it on vinyl.
Right?
Oh, I'm thinking about doing that too.
Me
I did
too.
not like Folklore as much as Evermore.
Evermore
Folklore was
was
whack.
what I
didn't
wanted
like it at all.
folklore to be. Like, I loved, yeah. And I have really grown to love folklore. There are a lot of songs on it that I skip, but the songs that I love a lot. But Evermore, it was like the first listen through, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be one of those albums that I'm gonna be like 50 years old and listening to. I can just feel it.
Yeah, Folklore just like I listened to it once or twice, like full through, and then I would like skip a couple of the songs that I liked, and then like I didn't listen to it again beyond that, but like I keep coming back to Evermore and like choosing to listen to it. So that's how I know it's a good album for me, at least.
I don't think I made it halfway through Folklore before I'm like, I'm good, I'll wait for the next one.
Which was like 6 months from then. So.
Okay, wait, but Steve, you have to listen to Peace, because I say that I love Evermore, but Peace is my favorite song that Taylor Swift has ever written. And like, granted, I think it's just from a person with anxiety like standpoint, it hits really hard. But like, I will be a champion for Peace for a very long time because I love that song.
I'll check out Peace for you, Wallace.
And that's at the very end of Folklore, which is why you need to.
Oh, then I haven't heard it. I heard like the 3 or 4 first songs, and I'm like, this has been the same song 4 times. Bye.
I don't remember any songs besides Peace and Exile.
What? What about The One? That's like such a great album opener.
I mean, it's okay. I just don't like. I couldn't tell you the melody. I couldn't tell you the lyrics.
Dude, My Tears Ricochet is all about her losing her masters. It's like, it cuts to the bone. Come on, you need to re-listen to Folklore. Like the majority of that album is about her losing her masters, and it's like, when you listen to it like that, it's just, wow, it's a lot.
Danny wrote a total of 13,025 words. 13,125. I can't read. Across all the sprints, got me through a quarter of the way through the thick. Woo! Good job, Danny. Woot, 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 indeed.
Woot.
Turns out Ivy is the inciting incident that kicks off the entire series, more or less. Ooh, I'm a fan of that. You know how much I love Ivy. Anyway, those are all our comments. How do we feel today, y'all?
I
Good.
feel good.
Good.
I'm
Good.
glad we got to do this. I felt like we haven't chatted in a while. It's been like 2 whole days or something.
I know. How dare we?
It's been 48 hours. Like, how can we go on?
Oh no.
It's fine. We're fine. Anyway. All right. Do y'all want to? Are we gonna do each other's outros too?
Oh God, no.
No.
I can't. Oh.
Oh.
I want to.
What'd you say, Steve?
I wanted to do Wallace, but I'll do my own.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Stig, and we'll always have fun because I'm always ready to die, and that's it.
Wow, that went south fast.
Wow. Okay.
My
Hi,
one for
everyone.
Wallace was better, but you get what you ask for.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Wallace. My channel is Wallissimo. I have been trying to start uploading more regularly. In fact, if you go over to my channel later today, probably around maybe 2 p.m. Eastern, there will be a brand new video. So check that out if you're interested. And thanks so much for coming and being such a great chatty audience today. We always love chatting with you guys.
Yeah, so hi, goodbye. My name is Devisha. My channel is Goodbye. I post videos sometimes, and I also do the writing thing occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
I switched up on you. I said occasionally.
You did. We didn't finish each other's sandwiches.
And I'm Katie, and you're currently on my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you never miss when I'm live or when I'm posting a video. I'm posting a new video tomorrow. Remember to go follow all these fun, funky people. We're going to be on Devacia's channel next week. So make sure you follow her. Yeah, I write. I'm currently in editing hell, so yep, that's it. Come save me.
Nope. One of these weeks, I'm going to type out my intro and outro so it's like really profesh.
You're gonna smoke us all. We're all just gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
You wait.
I just never used it.
Well,
What is it?
Oh, it's just like,
hot mess.
Yeah, hi, my name is Stig, and I'm a professional writer and professional hot mess. Currently working on my debut novel, a space opera mystery with a little science and a lot of fiction.
That's
there
it.
you
A little
go.
science and a little fiction. I knew it was a little something and a little something else. I just couldn't remember what.
All right. Oh God, I almost opened an email by accident. You're welcome, friends. Thank you so much for being here as always, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Toodles!